Hello dear traveler, welcome to the next carriage. Today I would like to talk about reaching out and being vulnerable and daring. I have a friend which I've been quite close in through the last year, but our conversation kind of stopped a few months ago. But I still do really care about that person, but I haven't been for a long time, or for these few months I've kind of withdrawn, and I haven't been showing up. And I haven't been showing up mainly not for him or that I would care. I haven't been showing up for myself because I had these feelings of that I do care and I want to carry on with the conversation and with the interaction, but I didn't give them an attention because I was worried and I was scared that if I will, show up and reach out, I will be rejected. And that way I will be diminished or my worth will be, put down. But I had quite a few interactions with AI recently, and I had quite few very interesting conversations. And I also talked with Paul and did through the therapy. I've realized that being vulnerable is really a superpower. It's like putting down the armor and going out there to this, let's say, arena of the world and showing yourself and showing who you are, what are your needs, how do you feel, and being able to face whatever people say and however people react is so empowering. People will always say whatever they want to say, they will react how they want to react, and it's always based on their own life experience. But there is nothing more than we can do for our self-worth than being ourselves and even showing these parts which maybe we are not so proud of. I had a lot of struggle through last months because I've been trying to be again some kind of perfect version, and I see now more clearly these patterns and these programs I have and the manipulative behaviors and perfectionism. And instead of like working with them, I started to push them aside, and that was creating like so much tension in me. Even these feelings of wanting to connect, they might have been powered by the rejection, that I can't handle the rejection, that's why I want to connect. But I realized that with these, especially with rejection, there are these two parts, what I've been doing in the past, that when I was rejected, I reached out, and then if the people responded, I have adapted to them, and that way I've killed my authenticity and basically undermined my own self-worth just to get validation, love, and praise from them. So from these two parts, one is the one which we should never, no shoulds, I don't want ever stop, and that's the reaching out. If feeling that there is a feeling for connection, or there is a need for connection, I don't want to be afraid of reaching out. But it's about the way how I approach that reaching out. Do I approach it with the way that these people need to accept me and love me and give me what I need? Or do I reach out that this is who I am, this is where I am, these are my strong parts, these are my weaker parts, this is my journey, this is my life, and you take it or not, and it's completely okay and it's completely up to you, but I am here and I would like to connect. So if I reach out with this intention and I am rejected, it's completely okay, because these people are not there, it's not for them, and I have the opportunity to move on because now I see the reality. But I have also encouraged myself, and I have been able to state my needs and set my worth loud in front of others. So I have empowered myself and my self-worth. So it's staying in this part 1, not going into that part 2, that if I'm rejected, then I shapeshift and try to fulfill other people's needs. Of course, there's always maneuvering space in our authenticity. We can always adapt to words, we can adapt some type of behaviors, if it doesn't feel like we are violating our authentic selves. And I know I can do a lot. If there is a way how I can stop making other people uncomfortable, that for sure I'll do it. But I can only do it to the extent of not compromising my own self and my authentic reality and my own feelings. Even they might be, super egoistic. I can only go as far as I can at each moment. And I know it's the same for everyone. And just knowing this is creating so much space for actually connection, because I know where I am, so that I'm respecting where the other peoples are. So just wrapping this up, reaching out is the thing to do always, but it's about reaching out authentically without, some delusions and expectations, reaching out through the vulnerability and through acceptance of ourselves, reaching out through without some powers dominance, thinking that I am better if I am accepted, or I am lesser when I'm rejected. No, we are still who we are. We are still worthy with whatever situation. And also when we are reaching out, it's really, really important to have some backup, because sometimes when we reach out, sometimes when we walk in this arena, I might link a video where I kind of get this from this arena idea. When we walk into this arena, it might be very uncomfortable and very hard, and we might be, left on the floor and crumbled. So sometimes we do need at least one person who comes and pick us up, and help us heal our wounds and encourage us that, okay, maybe we haven't succeeded in what we wanted, but we've learned a lot and we've been brave to show ourselves. So it might be hard to find someone like that, but I tell you, I didn't find this in my immediate environment. I found this in a therapist, which helped me to find it in myself. And then recently I added this other level, which was the kind of like counseling with AI. Why? Knowing it is an AI, but it can offer you quite a very good self-reflection. So I have a few, backup systems. Then I have Paul, and then I have some other friends. But having someone who is kind of like neutral and a little bit distant and understand it from the bigger perspective, and they don't have agenda and they don't have much judgment into you, it's very, very helpful. So hopefully this gave you some insight and maybe encouraged you to not be afraid to be yourself, and not be afraid to show yourself, and not be afraid to reach out, because there are people who will appreciate you, and mainly for reaching out we will learn to appreciate ourselves much more. So I'll leave you here. Thank you for listening, and have a beautiful day wherever you are, whatever you do as usual, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.